Live now.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, shalawam. All praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are scattered abroad, prophesying in the true name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay. And you know, of course, doing a live show on GMS Living Waters. The title is entitled various troubles coming to America. Okay, various troubles coming to America. All right, and that's exactly what's going to happen. It's not one trouble that's going to be coming to America by way of martial law, you know, or like just one thing. It's going to be many different things that's going to happen to America. That's going to have you people pertain to what? Basically, there'll be times and troubles that you would never see before. You know, might as well get Matthew 24. I believe it's in there. Matthew 24 and I don't know, 15, 16, 18, something like that, or 20, 21.
This is
Says the title before
Matthew. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Read that again.
Okay. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Yeah. So that scripture is very plain. It doesn't really need much of a breakdown. It's saying there's not going to be in these last days. Was that out of the Lord's mouth too?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's out of the Lord's mouth. Our Lord and our Savior, Yahawashi. He said himself that in these last times, when shit hits the fan, when he comes back, right, that the trouble is going to happen to the state of the world, mostly in America, but the whole world can be troubled. But we're talking about America. You know, it's never going to be this. The things that happen in America will be never happened before since the beginning, since of creation. Now you have to think about. We were talking about this yesterday at the camp. I mean, you have to think about all destructions, man. So if the Lord's saying himself that the trouble that's going to happen to America has never been seen before, you have to think, damn, you mean the trouble is going to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah? That destruction? You mean the trouble is going to be worse than when Egypt was destroyed?
Yeah.
You know? The destruction is going to be worse than when Israel was brought down through the Babylonians. You got to think of each kingdom being brought down in the terrific, horrific ways they were brought down. The way the Most High brought them down, man. Yes. And Egypt is the biggest one.
Yeah.
And Sodom and Gomorrah is these are classics according to the scriptures, man.
Yeah. Yes.
You know. And what was I going to say? That I was looking at even man. We know the scriptures, you know, but I was looking at a picture, you know, of on YouTube. It said different events that are happening in the world, of certain stuff, Earth, the geography of the world, certain things that happen in the world, with catastrophic events. That's what the video was entitled or something like that. But anyway, the point is, it had a picture for the video, and the picture it showed like a great open sea, and it was a real picture. I don't know if it was graphics or something, but it showed the sea split, you know. It showed the sea like it split.
Was that Jason A, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But it was basically a video just showing that the world is, you know, trying to fix itself. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm just talking about the picture of the sea being split, and you know what a picture that was. And that was a great deliverance the Most High did to put on Moses to take the children out of Israel. But you have to think about that magnificent deliverance. You know, or that magnificent sight is going to be the trouble. In this time, is going to be magnify that. You know, it's going to magnify how great the deliverance was in Israel and the trouble that was in Israel, the 10 plagues, all that. And brothers got articles that are going to go into the plagues of today. The plagues of Egypt, which is America's today's Egypt, was what the frogs filling up the hole. There were like it was like 10 plagues. One day was the frogs everywhere.
Locusts.
The red sea, locusts.
The bloody sea.
Bloody sea.
River.
There was
firstborn.
All the firstborn of any creature was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 10 plagues. You know, just give, and you could go over all of them. And that was an amazing. Basically, it was manifold, or there were many various trouble when that happened. So the same thing now. There's going to be plagues upon America because America is the ancient Egypt. So it's going to be. Brothers got articles. The EPM. How do you say it? EMPs. That's going to be major trouble. We got articles on that. A terrorist attack. That's going to be major trouble. Stock market crashing. That's going to be major trouble. Famine, you know, disease, race riots. If you guys want to add stuff,
RFID, microchip, because that's gonna have people bugged out.
Yeah.
Concentration camps.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the things, and yeah, because that's going into the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
So even for you Israelites, out of all the captivities that we've been under, there's not going to be a worse time for the tribes than now, man. Now you can go through the history just like in the book of Maccabees, when the Edomite Antiochus was forcing our people, the shit that he did, man,
sure, very,
was very harsh, man. Very bad times. Yep. But the things that's going to happen now are going to pale in comparison to what happened back then. And what's going to happen in the future. So the time they're approaching, you could read that scripture again in Matthew.
Yeah.
The time that we're approaching, you know, is very troublous times. Right.
It's Matthew chapter 24 verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be."
Right. So we're approaching some very troublous times, man. Okay, and that's what we have to be prepared for. Why? Because knowing what's going to happen, you know, that's gonna that's gonna be the stability of our times. Are you gonna get that?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times."
Right. So what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be asking us when we tell you what's going to happen is, yo, all right, so what can I do to prepare for it? Or what can I do to get ready for it? This scripture is answering it right now. Okay? Read that part again.
And it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times."
Right, so it's going to be the wisdom and the knowledge that's going to keep you stable and sane when all the chaos starts happening. When you see the martial law gets implemented, when they start forcing the microchip, when the EMPs get shut off, okay? I read an article saying that they already have foreign troops over here, and that was in 2016. We're in 2018 now, man. So you've already got foreign troops from the UN that are over here already, prepared for something major to happen.
And apostles used to always talk about that years ago.
Yeah,
when we first came a cramp, they said that NATO and the Gertrude troops will be here.
Yeah.
Foreign troops will be here already. Yeah. You know, our Apostle Ricard, all apostles, they always went into that, even early when we came in, you know. They always made that a point. So and here it is, it happened. Brother just brought it up.
Yeah.
You know?
That's part of the militarizing of the police.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why you see the police now, they got these they got vehicles and weapons from the army, man. Mm-hmm. They got the MRAP vehicles. You know, the wheel is as big as a goddamn car. It's bulletproof, fireproof, bomb-proof. Why else would they have these super duper weapons that are used in war? Why? Because the war is going to be on the American citizens, man. All right? So read that part again. It
says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times,
right,
and strength of salvation."
And so this is going to be that wisdom and knowledge is going to be the strength to your salvation. But first and foremost, you have to be an Israelite, and not only an Israelite, you have to be of the elect.
Yep.
Okay. To receive it, you had to be chosen. You had to be chosen prior to the whole creation of anything, man. Okay, pretty much, you know. So
one last one. It says, "And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure."
The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Showing you how much and how vital the fear of the Lord is, man. That's something that we need. That's gonna be able to deliver us out of here. All right, the fear of the Lord, man. Because if you have the fear of the Lord, if you have the fear of the Lord, you're gonna do what's in your best interest to not get caught up in all those trials and tribulations that's gonna take place here. You're gonna make sure, you know what, I'm gonna follow the Most High. I'm gonna listen to the prophets of what they say. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch GMS. Fuck these other dudes. Fuck the Purple Rain, fuck all these other camps.
Yep.
I'm gonna, as long as they're teaching what GMS is teaching, I'm gonna listen to those guys, man. Okay. And I'm gonna study. I'm gonna try to prepare for what's coming, man. I'm not gonna try. My mentality is not, let's build here in America, because America's gonna be destroyed.
I got something.
You got something? You want to got something? You got something? Or okay, go ahead.
Okay. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 2. Verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Which the children of thy people is you Israelites, man. Well, in particular, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. Michael, the archangel, is gonna stand for the children of his people, which are the Israelites, which are the elect or chosen of the Israelites, right?
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
See, there you go. And this is talking about the end times, man. That scripture is speaking about the times that were vastly approaching, how the times that we're coming up against, which was spoken about in Matthew's the 24th chapter and other various precepts about the last days, about the times that are going to be on planet Earth before the Lord returns. It's going to be very perilous times, man. Okay?
It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right, and that's speaking about the elect, man, because only the elect are written in the book, as far as being delivered up out of here, man. As far as being delivered up out of the perilous times to come. That's referring to the elect. And in order to be elect, you have to be of the nation of Israel. Okay? You have something?
Yes. It's the second Esdras, chapter 15. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people.
Once again, it's saying my people, man. It's always singling a group of people out. It's not speaking about the whole world. Right? What was you reading?
Second Esdras chapter 15.
Go ahead.
This is second Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
The words of prophecy. Yeah. It's only one. Yeah. I'm sorry, read that again?
Yeah, this is second Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
right,
which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi.
Right. So these are not our words. You got people upset at us about what we're saying, but we're just reading the words out of the Bible, man, which are the words of the Most High. Okay. All right. So continue.
And cause them to be written in paper,
right?
For they are faithful and true.
Right. Meaning all these prophecies, and these promises that were written in the scriptures, they're going to come to pass. America being destroyed by thermonuclear fire, that's going to come to pass. Okay. The deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel, that's going to come to pass. 2/3 you niggas, okay, are going to fall by the sword here in America. That's going to come to pass. Right. Continue.
It says, for all, matter of fact, third verse, fear not the imaginations against thee,
right?
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right, meaning, and when you go into the word incredulity, it means their unbelief, man.
Oh yeah, no faith.
Right? So let not the unbelief of what we tell, because what we tell them is like it's out of a movie. We're telling them that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, and the elect, all right, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to get beamed up in UFOs.
Yeah.
That's kind of far-fetched, but we have faith in that being true. Yeah. Okay? So it says what? Fear not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, man. Okay, which are the other nations, and that also goes into our own people because we get hell from our own people, man. Actually, we get more hell from them than other nations. You got other nations that are in agreement with, like, you know what, damn, you people did get treated bad. You know, you know what? If we were going to slavery, you know, we kind of do deserve it.
Yeah.
What do our people say? Oh well, what about the white man? Ain't it not? You mean every white person?
Well, even the Lord. How did the Lord really die? His own. Israel really told him over to get killed.
Yep.
It wasn't really the Romans or the other nations that were involved in the Lord dying. That's another big understanding of the scriptures that there was the Lord's their own people that put him up there to die. The people that he died for. Here it is, the people that were putting him on the cross to die. He died for this. Died for their sins. We didn't even know.
He was sent. He was
sent to die for all their sins. And here it is, the people they don't want to kill him. You know. That's why when that everlasting shame in Ezra's, is it Ezekiel? There's two of them. Yeah, Daniel's and one in Ezekiel. I think 16th chapter or 30th chapter. Matter of fact, I got miles well dead. I'll look for real quick. That's why you guys can be ashamed. Because that's one of them. You know, the truth is because as one of them, you're going to realize, I mean, you're going to know, you're going to be in glory in the kingdom, right? You're going to be right. But then you're going to know what you did in your past life, man. You know, and when you were in America, that's going to, you know, you're going to remember that. You're going to be shameful. You have a little shame about that, man. That shame is going to correct you for eternity. You know what you did.
And then it's like, and then you're gonna put extra hell on you. So
it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out
because you're gonna put extra hell on your slaves. Man.
Yeah, really. You know what? A lot of 2/3 they're gonna be fucking up. So probably more. You know. You know, and that's a big statement because trust me, they're gonna get down, man. But the 2/3 they're gonna probably really go crazy because they've been deceived. You know, in a big way.
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna be the 2/3 are gonna be in their pure mind in the kingdom of heaven, man. They're going to go back to what the Lord made them, you know, all of Israel.
Yep. It says, let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
There you go. So all the unfaithful you're going to die in your unfaithfulness. So the ones that don't believe in what we're saying, all right, you're going to die in that unbelief, man. Okay? You got it?
Yeah.
Right.
Then I got the precept right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm also. Let me go to Daniel's and then I'll go back to that. Okay. That was the next verse, actually.
Right.
So like, let me go to Daniel's real quick.
Yeah, you can read that again until he gets
it. Okay, this is a 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 4.
Right.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the earth, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, and that is man. Every time you turn on the news, man, read the hurtful works. Read that part.
It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Exceedingly, man. When something it's exceeding, it's like you have a glass and it's overflowed. If this is America and the cup and it was filled with water, the water was sin. This year will be overflowed.
I mean, fast, not no drips. It'd be like
like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that's America, man. So it's exceeding. It's that's how you know we're at the end because, I mean,
you got. I didn't click on it, man, but I'm eager to do it. I don't know if you brothers saw it, but Pastor Ramla made a video called LGBTQRST. Oh well, he was making fun of it, right? Yeah, I figured, but I didn't click, but I'm guessing he's going into the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community, and they said the place got to go. But here it is, they added an extra letter to it. Not that one he did. He was, making fun of it, but the P for pedophilia. Yeah. They're trying to push that to be accepted. Yeah. So, that's one of the examples that this place it has to go, man. Basically saying you can have sex with kids and that's a natural affection.
Yeah.
They're saying you can have sex with non-living. Yeah, a sexual preference.
Like you might like a girl with a big breast,
Yeah, that's a preference.
Like a big booty.
Yeah, big,
you might want a little boy.
Or if Karab's watching, you can like girls with nice necks Okay, that's an inside joke. That's an inside joke. But the point is that the brother saying the wickedness of America is exceeding, man. You know, so having they're permitting licensing from people to marry non-living objects like robots, making sex toys. That's the solution to the Esau's bringing. But that's wicked, man. You know. Yeah, it's actually
go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come."
So if anybody wants to know when is the last days, just read this. This scripture is going to explain it, man. Okay. All right. This scripture explain it. Read. Go ahead.
Verse 2: "For men shall be lovers of their own selves."
Boom. There you go. That's one big ginormous clue. You know, it's going to be rampant, man. Now if you turn on the TV, you see more and more shows about transgenderism. Fucking RuPaul got a fucking hit show out there. You got a fucking commercial I keep seeing on Netflix. You know, one of these fucking shows about fucking the fucking faggots trans-voguing and shit. You know. I mean, this shit is
Big Frida. Ain't one called Big Frida?
Big Frida, yeah. You know, Big Frida. That's another one. You know, it was like a Turkish king or queen or whatever, man. Oh man.
But even that lovers should be. In that last stage, lovers should be. Say it again.
Lovers,
For
their own selves.
Verse 2: "For men shall be lovers of their own selves."
Yeah, that's exceeding wickedness that the brother's going into. But that's a very deep line. I actually gathered notes to do a show on that line. But the research is so detailed. You know, Lord willing, I finish it, man. That's one of my top goals, man. Next month or something, man. But lovers of their own selves go into what? People being narcissistic or narcissism, which goes into that scripture right there. You can't get around, and it basically goes into social media.
Yeah,
it basically goes into selfies. Yep. It goes into Facebook. It goes into Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all those different social media sites that, especially Snapchat, you know, but basically taking pictures of themselves at this, and YouTube. I mean, you have people who record what they go into the bathroom or making breakfast.
Yeah.
You got celebrities involved. I mean, the celebrities don't do that. They're ordered to do that, but they're just pushing that agenda because this brother, he always like to go into Aleister Crowley and what's that? Self-worship or something like that. You always bring out.
Yeah.
Worshiping yourself. You know.
Right.
So that's one of the major signs of the last days. That's a heavy line. And even Esau biblical dummies in the Bible Belt, they bring that out. You know, they can see that, you know. But that's part of the last, you know, a major part of the last days. Lovers should be of their own self, which goes into narcissism. And that narcissism research I was doing is real deep, man. But when I finish it, because at the end of the day, it goes into being lovers of yourself, idolizing yourself, which you care about, you know. You just think about yourself and your appearance. Right. You're not thinking about you idolize yourself, which just goes into wickedness, you know. And then it exceeds so much that it turns into something sexual, like a sexual perversion. Mm-hmm. And narcissism is related to homosexuality. You know, it's pretty deep, man. I'll find out some more stuff. Lord willing, I finish it. You know, that's a very heavy topic, which shows examples of the last days. You know.
Go ahead, read it.
All right, good. I'll read it again. Yeah. "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unholy, unthankful, unholy, without natural affections."
Yeah, that's natural affections. That's how you know it's related to homosexuality. Mm-hmm. Because without natural affection, the natural affection is supposed to have between a man and a woman. You know, and that's a natural affection. And the word natural comes from the word natar, right, which means to give birth or to be born or to spring forth life.
That's what nature's all about.
That's what nature, exactly. That's why you get the word nature from, because nature goes from back natar, which means to give birth. And when you look at nature, how is nature developed? By seed. Because trees have seeds like acorns and all that. And the wind, the Most High designed it where wind, trees are synonymous with wind. And the Most High made it where wind takes a seed of trees and blows them, and it spreads, and that's how you get a forest. So a forest comes from the seeds. You know, forests come from seeds, man, which deals with a natural birth, which is natural. That's what nature is. So a natural affection for a man and a woman, where a man has a seed, right, to implant and to give birth, that's nature, you know. So natural. A woman and a woman, that's not natural. Unnatural. That's unnatural affection, you know. A man and a man, that's an unnatural affection. Because why? The natural affection cannot spring forth life between the two. You know, it springs forth something else, diseases. You know, that's the repercussions for doing that, man. You know. So everything has, you know, Most High designed everything perfectly well, man. If you go against his design, there's a repercussions for it, man. You know.
A quick precept to back that up. Okay. This is Romans 1:27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly.
Yeah, they're working all right. You know, leave it at that. You know, I want to mention this, but working that which is unseemly, all right? You know, it's not right, obviously. You know, what's it? Unnatural affections, lust, which deals with, homosexuality at the end of the day is extreme top narcissism, man, where you become in love with your own self and your own body, which another gender, same gender, you know, it's a wicked, it's a super wicked spirit, you know. You know, people don't know the how deep, I don't know, I can't figure out the words to explain, but how detrimental, you know, that is to your spirit and understanding, man. You're really a warped person, man, to be homosexual, man. But America, that's why America's the den of Satan, man. Yeah, exactly, reprobate. Reprobate, that's the exact word, which means no judgment. Matter of fact, keep reading it.
Yeah, okay. I'll start at the top again. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust.
What's the natural use of a woman? To lay down and have sex with her to produce a seed. Okay. Yeah, which is natural. That's a natural use of a woman, right? Go ahead.
All right. The natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And now we're receiving the recompense for their payback for their wicked error, which is all those diseases and shit, man. Colon cancer, all that, you know, fucking anal cancer, faggot AIDS cancer, you know. And then the word meat in there, how's it spelled?
M-E-E-T.
I believe that means good.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, read that last part.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
Which was good, which was meat. So it's good for them, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, see?
Okay, so how's that that's so obviously the Most High or that disease is telling you, or should
it's a good thing.
It should tell you that the whole act of homosexuality is not good, man. Okay, because that's not how the Most High created man and a woman for. He created a man and a woman to come together, right? So that was
a little bit more.
And then we could go into the article. Okay.
Yeah. Like to retain the Most High knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
See, so you can't. So one can't say, well, they were born that way. No, that was the Most High puts that wicked spirit on you, man.
That's right. Because the scriptures also say, part of another study is the Lord made man upright.
Yeah,
you know, really, men of the Lord. His nation. Right. You know, they're really upright. That's one of I think Yasharon. That's one of our other nicknames the Lord gave us.
Jeshurun,
Jeshurun, which is Yasharon, I believe. Jeshurun. which means upright. But at the same token, the Most High made man on earth upright. You know, ultimately that's only nation of Israel, and upright means like right. You know, the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically when you're born into the world, you're born upright. Now anything other than that, you have demons manifested in you to become what you are, like a faggot or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are vibrations of demons. Those are learned and studied. If you're a faggot, you learned and you studied, you absorbed it or whatever.
Yeah. That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Yeah, quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Jude 1:7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication.
Right, and that's what those cities did in Sodom and Gomorrah. It was Sodom, Gomorrah, Zohar, Zohan, I believe. I forgot the other 3 cities, but it was 5 total. And what did they consist of? They consist of nothing but wickedness, man. Going all the way from homosexuality to bestiality, necrophilia, everything that America does. The same spirit that America's in right now, that's what the spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah was. And what did the Most High do to Sodom and Gomorrah? He totally destroyed it, man. To the point where you can't find any Sodom and Gomorrah on a map anywhere. Same thing what he's going to do to America. It says that America, you're not going to tell from one part of the city is to the other end of the city, or the whole country is. Matter of fact, you won't be able to tell where New York ended and New Jersey started, man. That's how America is going to be totally destroyed. Okay, just as Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So continue.
Yeah, it says 7th verse. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Right. So America should look at our past or the scriptures as a reference. You know what? If we do this, this is going to happen. If we do this, this is if we
The Lord required which is past.
Right. The Lord required that which is past. So if the leaders of America had any sense in them, they would say like, "Oh shit! It says the Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed for all this type of wickedness. We doing the same thing." Showing you the pride of Esau, man, because they think they can continue on in this wickedness, man. But the Most High is getting ready to bring it down, man. Bring it down. That was it.
That was it, bro.
Okay, so you to finish that. And
Yeah.
we'll go.
This is back in Romans 1 and verse 28.
Right.
And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
You see, so that's what happens when you don't keep the Most High in your knowledge. The Most High is gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna give you over to a reprobate mind. You might become a faggot.
No, I just thought about it. The brother we talked about earlier, he told me this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes in people falling out the truth too, man.
Yeah.
You may bump into a brother. He told me like this morning. You may bump into somebody. His brother, he's one way all these years, and all of a sudden, boom, just like that, which puts fear in you, but the Lord can turn you over to a reprobate mind. And we've seen that within not only, of course, people, but then you see within people within GMS that used to roll with that and, used to bring out the word with you. And now the Lord has turned them over to a reprobate mind. I believe you're looking up the word, which means no judgment, I believe, or something.
Void of judgment.
Yeah, brothers are looking it up, the etymology. So the Lord can do that to you, man. And that's not a comfortable feeling. It's actually very scary. You can't really ignore it. And you can't be proud to think that can't happen to you. You have to get that out of your head. Because the Lord can switch you the next day, man, if you ain't right. So that's something to keep in mind, man. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, the Lord can turn you over to a reprobate mind, and that's what America has, which means I believe void of judgment. The brother's about to bring out your void of judgment. Okay, and that's what Esau trains you to do. He trains people to ignore righteous laws, and tries to brainwash them to do everything after the spiritual demon Satan, which is YOLO, you only live once. Certain was it what? YOLO. YOLO, you only live once, things like that, which that's not spiritual, that's not scriptural. You have past lives, you're reincarnated. You don't only live once. You know, that's not scripture.
Because it's some other.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why they say that is because they don't want to receive judgment. You know, they want to feel like they can do whatever the hell they want. It's all
that's what it's all about. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, you know, because these people don't want to receive a recompense or a judgment for what they're doing. But the scripture says that, you know, everybody's going to take account for what they've done in their flesh, man. All right, you people gonna pay. All right, especially the ones that set up this wayward spirit in this world, man. You Edomites, you filthy, stinking Edomites, you elites, man. Don't think you think you watching us. We're watching you, man.
Yeah, the angels watching you.
Yeah, the angels are watching you, man. All right, through the power of spirit of Yahawashi. All right, you think that that Satan, all right, which is your God, okay, is dealing with you in the right way, but don't you understand that Satan's deceiving you? Oh, let me get that. All right, the Lord has you in derision. Going back to Psalms 2, man. All right, you Edomites are going down, man. You Edomites are going down real soon. Plain and simple. It's in the scriptures, man. And it's going to be fulfilled. You can't fight against fate.
That's powerful.
And these Edomites teach that vibration to become whatever the hell you want to be. Like the one
Alistair
of the
Crowley spirit.
Exactly, that Alistair Crowley spirit. Do what thou wilt.
Yeah.
And then you got celebrities that push that vibration.
Fucking Will Smith is the kingpin of that. He's always on the shows talking about that shit.
That's what
The alchemy and shit.
Yep, alchemy. He's all into that.
You know. So what do you think America's gonna receive because of that vibration? You know, Esau's doing all of this because, you know, he doesn't give a shit. He knows that he has but a short time. You know, so these 2/3 are following along with that. You know, they're you know, I get to be however I want to be. No, it's all right. You could be this, you could be that. But we're telling you that by you being there, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get destroyed in this place, man.
Okay, so what you was done in Romans?
Yeah, I just had a little slight move.
You can finish it up.
Back in Romans 1:28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Yep. Yeah, because they didn't want to follow the laws and commandments of the living power, man. So the Lord gave you a reprobate mind. All right, you actually, because you rejected the Lord going to reject you. All right, and that's what reprobate means. It says one rejected by God. Okay, because you loathe the Lord's law. All right, the statute commandments. All right, when He was speaking, you pleaded with you through the men of the Lord. So now the Lord's going to put a reprobate mind in you. Now the Lord's going to reject you. All right? And now you're going to receive that recompense, okay, for being reprobate, man.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Yeah, to do those things which are not convenient. A man should not be with a man. All right? That's an abomination. A woman is not supposed to be with another woman. That's an abomination. All right? A man is not supposed to be, okay, with a little child, man. All right? You're not supposed to be doing bestiality. All right? That's gonna cause you to receive a proper judgment that is meat, which is fire. All right?
And an abomination is a filthy act.
Yeah.
You know, so that's disgusting in the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah.
But you people look at that as normal. You know, what you call what's in the eyes of us doing good, you call evil. And what's in the eyes of you guys calling it good, to us is evil.
Yeah, because what? We believe in polygamy. We're not saying that it's meet to do it now in this kingdom, but we believe in polygamy, but you people deem that as being evil. All right? But it's okay for two faggots, okay, to allow each other and adopt an innocent child, man.
And corrupt his mind.
That's why this place has to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, man. And it's going to be.
That's right. All right, so you done with Romans?
And then I had the verse 29. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, innovators of evil things, disobedient to parents.
Hey, see, and if you go to Colossians where you started off, a lot of those A lot of those words were in Timothy's
Timothy.
the 3rd chapter,
Yeah.
saying a lot of those same words. All right, so I guess we can go back to the article now. You know, explain it. You know.
So this is from the website. It's called FDL Reporter,
And this is on the EMPs.
Yeah, an EMP attack that pretty much they're gonna do a drill on, and
So-
EMP drill.
So like just to set up, remind the watchers again that this article is back to the title of the show, which is various troubles coming to America, and the EMP attack. As the brother reads, will show you many various troubles, because once you have an EMP attack, like the brother's going to read in the article, that affects all your electricity, and that's manifold. That's many various troubles, man.
That's
just through that alone, that's all electronics. So go ahead. I just want to set that up. Oh yeah.
So this is from the website
website
FDL Reporter, and the title says "No phones, no internet, no AC. How?"
Well, hold on, slow down, brother. Slow down, brother. Hold up now. You got to bring each one out, man, because each one
It's very
is a big deal. Which was the first one? Phone?
No phones.
Yeah, no phone. So no, you can't call anybody.
No selfies.
No selfies.
No updating.
911.
Yeah, no
Can't call the
911.
cops.
Can't call the cops. That's for you women out there.
That's right.
Bitches love these cops, man. But they ain't gonna be there for you in that day. So you can't call the cops when you get your head beat over. And maybe if the husband you've been fucking over so much for the past 18 years taking his child support, now he has his time. Now he can deal with you. So you can't call the cops. You can't use a phone. I mean, we can go through days, but you can't use a phone for any scenario. Call cops, go to hospitals, get your prescription, call your family member to see where they are, call your kids. You can't use, there's no communication, period. So that's a huge deal. People want to be freaking out over that. And you can't use your cell phone to go online or nothing. So you really have to go back to, you can go back to ancient world overnight, man, over a few seconds. Mm-hmm. And the phone is the number one source to communication, not only in the world, but to people in your family. People use their GPS to get around.
Yeah.
You're going to be lost. So it affects everything, the phone. Communication, man. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, too, what just hit me? It's going to be like the purge.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have no internet, demons are going to jump in people's minds like, hold up. After a couple hours, like, no police. You get that bitch that was fucking, you know what I'm saying? I want to get this thing that.
Yeah, I mean, murders. People can be you can get away with a lot of shit, man. EPMD, whatever. You never get it right.
Yeah, because that's the second Exodus 15, man.
So keep reading.
And EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse.
Come on.
So this is no phones, no internet. So internet is also going to be a part of when you don't have a phone, which a lot of people use their phones normally for internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to know what's going on. You can't type in like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Yep.
Yeah. Let me Google this. What's going on here?
Yep. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
No AC. So if you're stuck in a very muggy, hot day, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, if this goes down when the temperature is 101 plus degrees, and you ain't got no AC, no electricity. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, and that's serious too, because a lot of elderly people die.
I was thinking that.
People with sicknesses.
Yeah, when it's hot.
When people, it's not like healthy, but when people are it's hot, a lot of elderly people die, and even babies die too. So that's very important. Mm-hmm.
How prepared are we for a major power grid attack?
And that means anything. I mean, this whole country is run by electricity. So you have a lot of food, like these where food is stored. They're not going to get the proper temperature but basically all food is going to be spoiling. If you have a security system that deals with security, you lock down your community, the gates can open. Maybe the jail cells will open. Everything with dealing with electricity to be, obsolete, man. Yeah. So, and this whole world is run and conducted by, digital programming and electricity and all that kind of stuff, So that's and EMPs are start major fear in in American citizens when people talk about it, you know, because everything's linked to the internet, you know, or Internet of Things, your GPS, your home security, your car, yep, your car, you can't.
That's over.
That's that boy. You're right, Connor. Your car. I mean, you can't get around, man. You can't leave. You can't flee nowhere. You can't go nowhere. You know, so that's one of the major articles the brothers want to bring out to describe the various troubles coming to America, and then that's a major problem. And you can go into, you were bringing out that they're going to run a test or something like that pretty soon.
Yeah, because in the article it talks about they're going to run a test. But what just reminded me too is a movie that used to be on Netflix called Jericho, and they took it down because if it goes to that same situation, it was an EMP attack in America, all right, and people didn't know what was going on. They couldn't call nobody, all right, and guess what people were doing? They were forming groups, man, all right. First, you know, and people were actually barbecuing their food. They were forming groups, and you had vigilantes, man.
Oh, you said they were barbecuing like they were cannibals.
No, they were barbecuing their food because they had the fridge wasn't working.
Oh,
so instead of they had to just hurry up and cook the food and eat.
Yeah.
But you know, eventually that shit runs out, you know.
Yeah.
And then after a while, guess what was going on? They had a bartering system. So if somebody needed oil, they had a bottle of wine. I got this wine for this oil.
Right.
You know,
trade.
They were trading.
Yep. So went back to.
They had no radios to work. Everything went. No cars to work. Everything went back to the Stone Age, like the elder said, real quick.
Yeah.
And what are you people gonna do, man?
Yeah.
Lose your mind.
What are you people gonna do when your big brother, America, okay, deceives you and put you in a situation like that, man? Because you people didn't know about 9/11, and 9/11, okay, was supposed to be just like the elder said yesterday. 9/11 is supposed to be a drill, and that became live.
Yeah, live.
Most of these drills become live, man. So we have a drill coming up. Okay, you people could say all the time, "Oh, you guys always talk. You guys are doomsday this or doing. You guys always talk about this, talk about that." But we're here to give you the news, man. All right, you either could hear or forbid. This is happening within this week, okay? And this could very well be the next 9/11, the next live drill.
Yeah.
So the question in the article says, how prepared are we for a major power grid attack? That's the person that wrote this article knows something that we don't know. Good, bro.
And that could also lead to a market crash.
Oh, gosh.
Because they need the internet.
Yeah. The stock market is all on fire. The electric boards and all that. Yeah.
And then with that happening, that right there could lead right into the chip.
Yeah.
You know, so all of these things can happen rapidly. You people are just stuck, still taking selfies and being stupid. I mean, we're approaching serious times, man. Wake the fuck up. But you know, we tell you this many times. You know, Most High put that spirit on you to not wake up. So, you know, normally we're warning the elect.
Yeah, only the elect's gonna wake up.
Yeah.
You got more section, any paragraphs?
Yeah, so it says, and this was published May 11th, which was 2 days ago.
Right.
Imagine the life we know gone dark for weeks, maybe months.
Just like, well, that's one of the plagues. That's one of the plagues in Egypt. I forgot about that one.
The darkness.
The darkness.
Thick darkness.
And all Apostle Paul always breaks it down beautifully through the Spirit, meaning that it was so dark. And that was one of the major, along with the firstborn, the dark plague on Egypt was one of the major ones that caused mass terror. I mean, imagine darkness so dark. The Most High made it so dark upon Egypt that you couldn't even see your hand right in front of your face, like this close. And he said, the Apostle Tahar described it real well in a recent video I saw a month ago, that it was so dark that you can feel the darkness.
Wow.
You can actually feel darkness on you, like it had weight on it. You know, so a thick darkness that no light, not even light itself, can shine.
Yeah.
That's
it wouldn't.
Exactly. You wouldn't see anything.
And
So
then you heard
apparitions,
like ghosts, and you heard like, you know,
a lion walking right next to you.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You can't run left or right. You just
That is,
imagine,
man.
Pray nobody got to sleep that night, man. You know. Go ahead.
So it says, imagine the life we know gone dark for weeks, maybe months. Dark and a loss of power, no cell phones, ATMs, traffic lights, heating, or cooling.
Salakia, and just like Elder Malcolm, oh yeah, Elder Malcolm must say yesterday, if somebody if you lose light or electricity or EMP type for weeks, millions of people are gonna die, man. Millions. Not even thinking about months. This is the way that they can bring in, okay, the 90% of people being exterminated off the planet on the face of the earth.
Yeah, everything they do is geared to killing people. You know, it's the devil. You know, many different forms they're gonna do it by.
Yeah, but
It says about once every 4 days, part of the nation's power grid, a system whose failure could leave millions in the dark, is struck by a cyber or physical attack. A 2015 USA Today analysis of federal energy records found we're about to get a taste of that Tuesday through Thursday. Dark sky, a mock disaster scenario of mass power outage proportion will bring together the National Guard, local law enforcement, and communications and emergency management personnel to pose the question, what if?
and I just want to say, you know, around those times, brothers got to be on the swivel who's in that area, because when that happens, you know they're coming after the men of the Lord, man. All right? Like around, you know, like Apostle Gabar will say, like around 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Quick precept. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right, that day is great. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be like great in a good way. No, it's going to be great in pain and anguish and in atrocity. That's what it's going to be great in, man. Read that part again.
Fine.
The day of the Lord. So how come everybody's, you know, especially the Christians, they want to depict the Lord's return as something glorious and something to look forward to. So what does Amos tell you about that?
Yeah, woe unto
me that wait. Yeah, seek the day of the Lord, man. You ain't got to. I mean, if you want to, okay. It says, "Woe unto you that seek the day of the Lord," because it's not really for you, man. All right. The day of the Lord are pretty much they're for the elect, because the day of the Lord is when the day of the Lord consists of Him coming back and redeeming the elect out of their captivity. All right. You got it. Go ahead.
There's Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Right.
To what end is it for you?
Right. To what end is it for you, man? All right. Majority of you people are gonna die when the day of the Lord returns. When the day of the Lord's here, man. All right. You other nations are gonna go into slavery, man. You got other nations, saying, you know, I'm Christian. I follow Jesus. You know, well, really, He's only for the Israelites. He's a God of the Israelites, and furthermore, he's coming. The day of the Lord, just like I mentioned, is come when the day of the Lord consists of Him redeeming the elect out of the nation of Israel, not all nations, not all Israelites, right? All right, so go back to
this is back in Jeremiah 30:7.
Right.
Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
None is like it. Once again, there's no other day that's coming prior or after this time now. There's not going to be any time like the time we're approaching. Right? Continue.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time of Jacob's trouble, which we're vastly approaching. You see, you got this notion like Nate. He said his whole thing is we're gonna live here in America, and then when the Lord comes, He's just gonna beam us up with no Jacob's trouble, no nothing. We're happy here, then we're gonna be happy in the kingdom. Yeah, so total celebrations. You know, that's nowhere in the scriptures, man. That's why we say that He's no different from a church, man. Because that's what they push in the church. They push in the church is all pieces and cream. All right. When really the Lord is he was referred to as a demon-like power, man. The Lord is a man of war, and when the Lord returns this time, he's gonna be responsible for a lot of death, man. You know, okay. And that time of Jacob's trouble, which this is part of it. This drill right here, which is happening in Wisconsin, this could turn into a live drill. Okay, continue.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble,
right?
but he shall be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it. And he represents the elect, because the elect are going to be delivered from all the chaos that's going to be taking place here. Okay? All right? Hence the name elect, because they've been chosen out to be, they were the ones chosen from the chosen to be redeemed. All right? Or to be brought back by the Father. Okay? You got something else?
You want me to go back to Amos?
No, that was, I mean, that was, unless you got something more in the article, we can, you could, were you finished with that?
I mean, there was a little bit more,
Okay.
but that was pretty much it. That was the most important part of it.
I
got something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's what the men of the Lord are doing, man. Yeah. We're measuring the time diligently within itself. Yeah. Okay. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're measuring time as the men of the Lord. So we're looking, listen, the job of the prophets, okay, in this time that, you know, because Lord, you said the scripture says the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, is what? We are looking at the news, we're looking at articles, we're reading the scriptures, and we're measuring the time diligently within itself through the scriptures. So we look at the articles, all right, brothers, we get up, we talk amongst each other all the time, and we link up what's going on now, and we look up at the scriptures, and that's how we could know when the Heavenly Father is about to send His Son. All right. So that's what I'll read that again. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. All right. And that's how you know that we're at the end of the world, man. That we're at the end of Esau's reign. Check it. It says, then it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And we see earthquakes all the time. All right. And there's major uproars, all right, especially over there in Israel, man. Israel over there in Iran. Okay, you got Iran saying death to America, burn the flag. All right. You got people in Venezuela. Okay, you got people all around the world in an uproar, man. It reads, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Okay? And the end is manifest, man. The end is manifest through all the prophecies coming in the Bible, man. All right? The only major prophecy left, all right, is World War III, all right, and the RFID chip. And the RFID chip, all right, people already taking it in a massive number, man. It says here, and the brother's gonna bring out an article about the RFID chip. All right, okay, because those are the two major prophecies left. Because after that, okay, the king, Yahawashi is coming again as elect, man. All right, because as you can see, you got what's going on there with Trump. Trump is fulfilling another prophecy where it says that they shall hate the whore. All right, and the people that's illegal in America, all right, it's gonna turn their back on, because you got Trump. They got an article where he's flipping the bird to France and his other allies, man, because he wasn't supposed to do what he did. Okay, with Iran, man, they didn't want him to pull this that deal, the nuclear deal with them, man. All right, but the Lord put a perfect spirit, all right, in Donald Trump. Okay, and he's the man for the job, man. Lord willing, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, that he's the man who's gonna bring America to World War III and get America destroyed with nuclear missiles, man. All right, he's doing a great job. Yeah, he's gonna make America great again. He's gonna make America get destroyed with 200 million missiles.
How's it go again? I forget. Like he did to Pharaoh. It was hardness of his heart. Yeah. The Lord's gonna harden Trump's heart. You know,
even more.
Yeah, kind. You know.
Kind. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And we seen plenty of signs. We had the red moon, the blue moon.
Yeah,
All right.
Yep.
We had the eclipse last summer. Remember, Aka?
Yeah, August 21st.
Yeah.
I remember
That eclipse that comes every like I forgot, but it doesn't come regularly, man.
That one.
All right. It says it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby he believed. So basically, the people that because all you people, all right, that are behind the keyboard saying, yeah, con, and not going to the house and byways, the Lord's not dealing with you. All right, you got to put yourself forth in the front line with your brothers, man. All right.
Yeah, con.
Okay, because if you're not doing it, you gotta have faith, but faith without works is dead. Okay, the Lord says to pick a side. Matter of fact, the Lord hates lukewarm. The Lord rather you be cold. Be a nigga in the world, man. All right. If you're gonna be hot and fight for the Lord, put your life on the line. Show yourself that you really love the Lord. Put your life on the line. Put your face in the camera, man. All right. Go in the houses and hedges and make yourself a sheep. All right. Because we're all on the list, man. We don't give a goddamn, man. All right, what these devils do. All right, because the Lord says that he that waited for me, that we're not gonna be ashamed, man. All right, it says here, it says, and everyone that shall be saved, here you go, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
Works and see, it mentioned works and faith again. Tandem is always together. It's not always because it's impossible to show faith without works, and it's impossible to do the works without the faith.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. Yep.
It said 8th verse. It says, shall be preserved from the said perils. But did you bring out perils?
Perils, yeah. From the said perils, which is what the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Which a lot of our people are gonna befall the Jacob's trouble, man.
And the beautiful thing about it, it says set perils. So they're ready. It's set into place.
Said that. It's said.
Yeah. Okay.
Set perils. Right? Set perils.
SAID. Well, basically,
I'm sorry. This okay.
Said perils, man. Like yo, like what you're going to say, like what was said before time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna end up happening because these people don't. 2/3 of people don't believe. They think we're bugged out. They don't think that they say in their mind, oh, they always talked about this. You guys been talking about this since the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if someone doesn't believe?
No, Noah was out there for 125 years. Prophesying.
It says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within the borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. It reads, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
And that's in front of the 2/3, man.
Yeah.
The ones you gotta highlight that one, right?
Yeah.
The ones that didn't follow the law when they yet had liberty. Can I read that part again?
Yeah, kind of. It says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
What are the ways of the Lord? The law, statute, commandments, man. Though they have abused the ways, being homosexuals, eating all type of wicked and abominable foods, not honoring. Right now, we're in the Sabbath, and not honoring the Sabbath. You know, so that's what our people do, and these are the things that were given to us, man. The laws, and statutes, and commandments, they were given to the nation of Israel, but our people, 2/3 of them, they disregard it, man. They've abused the ways of the Lord. So guess what? Because you abuse the ways, all this torment is going to happen to you. Continue.
God, it says, for such as in their life have received benefit. Let me go up.
Right.
It says, and they that have, go over again. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. Right. And they that have cast them away despitefully.
Right, cast them away despitefully. Like, you know, whatever, man. I like getting handled. What do you call it? Shape-ups. You know? I don't know. What do you mean? There ain't no shape-ups, but the girls don't. You know? Continue.
It says, have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments.
Shall dwell in torments, man. Which are what? The time of Jacob's trouble. So it's going to be real bad for you, you niggas, man. That's me. You got a comment here. Who's that? I got a comment here.
Bryce Norris.
Okay. Isaiah, you can read that real quick.
This is from Bryce Norris. He put Isaiah 2:19, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for the fear of the Most High and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth.
Oh, that's going into the elites, man. Why? Because they're gonna try to run it. It tells you that in Amos. What does it say in Amos 9 chapter?
Shalawam, Bryce.
Shalawam, Bryce. Okay. It tells you in Amos that when they go in the rocks to hide, guess what? We're gonna take them out of there and put them chains on them and put them in a hardcore slavery, man. Okay. So that's exactly right, my brother. Good precept. Go ahead.
God, it says, 10th verse, for such as in their life have received benefits,
Right. Yep.
and have not known me.
And have not known me. They've received benefits, you know, all type of money. I mean, I just think about the celebrities. They receive all type of benefits.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the
selling out
benefit, yeah.
all this money, all the fame. You know, have people worship you. You know, and what and receive benefits and what?
It says, and receive benefits and have not known me.
And have not known me. They don't want to. They know Satan. They don't want to know the Most High. They don't want to know the law, statute, commandments. They want to follow the so-called white man on Esau. Okay.
His demonic system.
And his demonic system, man.
Satanic
you know,
system.
it's the demonic satanic system, man. Here in America, right? Continue.
It reads, it says, for such, for 11th verse, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty,
Right.
and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
That's right now. You've got liberty. When you go into the word liberty, it means freedom. So they've had the freedom to come back and to repent, right? They've had the opportunity because the prophets have been out here going back to 1970s, starting with Abba Bivens. The prophets have been out here to tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans what the deal is, man. Okay, look, come back to the fire. I think that's it's saying what through the Spirit, the Most High has been saying through the prophets to come back to your real, your heritage, man. You are a Hebrew Israelite, all right. But that place of that time of liberty is almost over with, man. Because we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, where the Most High is going to make his move, man. Right? Continue.
God, it says, while they had yet liberty,
right,
and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them,
right,
understood not,
right,
but despised it,
man. Okay, continue.
The same must know it after death by pain.
So you're gonna know you how you went off. You're gonna know you fucked up. You're gonna know all the time you had liberty to come back after, but you're gonna basically your recompense for all that wickedness is death, man. Yeah. 2/3 you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah, death, pain, and anguish. Really more so, because death is a spirit. You know, that's not really real. The Most High put it on earth, because Adam, our forefather, which is eventually Yahawashi, brought it into the earth, which brought, of course, to all the nation of Israel. So, but the real major part of the 2/3 judgment is the pain they're going to receive during that death. It's not going to be you're dead and you're out. You know what I mean? Like an assassin, when he takes somebody out, he takes them in the head and they're gone. They don't know what the fuck happened. You just boom. And you have people who think that, well, you know, I'm going to be on the other side anyway. I'm going to be born back in the kingdom. Yes. You know, I'm going to be all right. And, you know, fine, I'm going to die, you know. But, yeah, okay, we'll see. If you read that scripture, it said pain. Yeah. That pain, when you receive pain, that corrects you, man. And that pain, you're going to be receiving the whole full force and heat and terror and power of the nuclear fire destruction, man. You know, the Lord's going to make you experience the whole entire fire and make you consumed by that fire. The scripture in John, I believe, I always like to bring out, the Lord, he should baptize you by water, the Holy Spirit, which is the elect, which is the spiritual power. But then it says, he shall also baptize you by fire. And to be baptized by fire, or to be baptized, means you have to be totally consumed, you know, and that nuclear destruction is going to totally consume and encompass your whole body, man. You're going to be baptized, and that's going to correct you, okay, forever, all right? And just we're kind of drilling in the point of pain. because you're not going to die right away. You're going to receive that pain, all that wickedness, man. You know, it's no matter how you describe it, it's just, you know, that's the big misconception, man. You people out there think it's going to be an easy death. That the Lord's about bringing pain to you 2/3, man, and that do with destruction. You know, and with that, you're gonna be thinking, damn, all the I ain't gonna get graphic, but especially all the wickedness that I've done wasn't worth it, you know, to receive this pain. And I could go to the top ones like Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, you know, Rihanna, Pumpkinhead Rihanna, Dolphin Teeth, Beyonce, all right, receiving all that pain, all right, for all the souls they deceived, for all the souls that you work at being an agent of the devil because they worship Satan, for all the wickedness and hexes that you put on the people through your performances, for all the demonic vibrations you put on your music to deceive the people of Israel like that, to make them walk in the spirit of Satan, you're gonna pay for that, man. You know, you're gonna pay for that because I'll stop talking. But the point is, the Most High has the elect on his righteous side, and then spiritual demon Satan has his elect, and they're called agents of the devil, you know, or agents. Your celebrities, your politicians, they're all agents of the devil, especially your celebrities, man.
Yeah. I'm going to put what you said. It says, 15th verse, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
That's a lot of death. That's a lot of 2/3 being, you know what I'm saying? Damn.
It's basically, you know, that's why that right there, that's beautiful. That proves that this is the days of Noah. When you go to the days of Noah, everybody on earth was wiped off the earth. Everybody was off. Only the 8 souls the Lord saved. And everybody on that ark. So just imagine one boat, 8 souls, animals, and we're talking the whole entire world. Everybody dead. All right, gone. And at the same time, remember, there were other nations back then, other different kinds of people. Because everybody on earth comes from 3 people, you know, but there were many, I was often thinking, there were many, they're humans, but or beings, they're humans, but there are many different kind of nations. So there were other nations looked a certain way too, right. You know? So we're different, you know, but the Lord only saved 3 souls, well, I'm going to say the right way, 8 souls, which came out of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, basically, you know, Noah's children, you know, Noah's kids, you know. But that's something heavy too, you know, to point out that it's the same way now in these days, you know, like there's 8 billion people on earth, you know, and there's only 144,000. You know, I don't even know the math on that. I mean, you know, and then plus the 1/3. The 1/3 is a bigger number, you know, but because the 1/3 of Israel, but it's still the 1/3 and 144,000, and compared to the whole world, it's basically like the whole world's gonna perish, you know. But not as much. There are, but then we're gonna have slaves too. So, you know,
but it's still,
still a lot. Still a lot of people gonna.
Because what the scriptures say, Israel is as the sand of the sea. We're innumerable, man.
Make it the majority,
right? And they want to say we're the minority, but we're really the majority, man. And we're not only here in America; we're all over the planet Earth. You know?
So that means if there's 8 billion people on Earth, according to the scriptures, if we're the sand of the sea, that means just take 60 to 70% of people on Earth. That's Israel.
Yeah.
Because we're scattered amongst other nations too.
Yep.
So really, the minority are the other nations. And I remember Apostle Ramah said years ago, Esau, or the nation of Edom, only makes it 50% of the world's population.
15, right?
15, yeah, 15. Yeah.
Like a low number.
A really low number. So, you know, there's not a lot of true Edomites to the core. There's 50% of them in the whole earth, in which it starts with the Rothschilds. Of course, they're here in some in America, you know. But people who really think they're white, they're not even Edomites, you know.
Read it.
He said, Shalawam, GMS has the truth.
Oh, hey.
Shalawam,
brother. Shalom, brother.
We just
all praise to Yahawah, bahasham, and shai.
Hello, Yahawashi.
All praise to him. All glory and praise and honor to Yahawah, bahasham, and shai. You know, and hey, you're on the right track, brother, Lord willing. You follow videos and other brothers. You know what I mean? And hey, it's the time. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we got another precept. This is Isaiah 5:30. And in that day, they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof.
Come. That's right, man. Read that again.
This is Isaiah 5:30. And in that day, there shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof.
Come. Still basically talk about the darkness and mayhem and destruction that's coming to the land of America, basically. You know? Come, man.
We keep going.
Did we still get that article?
No, he got it.
Okay,
you got it. So after that, you can go to the article.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm read 16 again. Like as a wave is greater than a drop, and he answered me saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandry also. For it was the time of the world. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against, for then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed and by a law which is unsearchable with themselves. And that's that corrupted perpetual seed is talking about you damn filthy Edomites, man. All right, you done corrupted everybody. All right, 2/3 of our people, the heathens,
they're a plague, you know.
Yeah, you're a plague, you're a virus, man.
Yeah.
All right.
No joke.
So now the Lord got to do away. The Lord got to baptize this place by fire now, man. Okay.
Cleanse it, clean it.
Yeah, got to be cleansed, man. All right, you Edomites are going into slavery. Just to let you know again.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop saying that. You Edomites, you elites. All right. Okay, you bankers that stole this land. All right. And they stole information of the children of Israel, the sons of Yahawah. All right, we know who we are, man, and we know who you are. You're going to slavery, man. All right, the Lord's not gonna make it easy for you to die. All right, you're gonna hide in your bunkers, or you're gonna go out of space and hide in your space stations. All right, or you're gonna be in a mountain, Mount Caramel on the summit. All right, hiding and listen. The Lord's gonna come get you up out of there, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be his personal slaves, man. Starting with the Rothschilds. You're the Lord's treat. And she don't want to be that, but anyway.
Yeah, because we know you guys watch, man. All right, you guys are going into slavery. All right, and all you other so-called white people, you're going to slavery too, and all you heathens, man. But you so-called white people here in America, you guys are gonna be a sacrifice. Go back to Isaiah 34. You're gonna be a great sacrifice for the Lord. You're gonna burn.
Yeah, it is actually that's exactly what it is, actually, brother. That's exactly what's going on. That's right. Really, the destruction of America is a great sacrifice to the Most High, and it's going to be a sweet savior to Him, man.
Yeah.
You know, sweeter than any whatever Snickers bar. I don't know, whatever. Sweet, you know, a very, very, with no joke aside, a very sweet savior to the Most High, man. A great sacrifice, you know, and that's going to just settle everything, man. And there ain't no greater satisfaction for that, because that's going to be literally all them souls burning, man.
I got you.
You know,
I got it. This is Isaiah 34, verse 6. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. In the land of Idumea is what, America. All right, and you see it likened onto because Isaiah 34 goes into what? The destruction of America. Now we know Idumea is a Greek way of saying Edom, which this destruction is going to take place here in the land of Edom, which is America. Okay, and it's referring to basically it's referring it to as sacrifices. Like it says, the blood from the fatness of the lamb and of goats and the kidneys of rams, which is something you would sacrifice according to the law up to the Most High. So it's likening the missiles being dropped on here in America and everything burning as a sacrifice unto the Most High.
Yeah, and that's how not like the Most High eats or anything like that, but that's how he's satisfied by spirits, like, because ultimately Yahawah bahasham there, he's an ultimate he's a total spirit. And all spirit, that's why you can't, like it says in Matthew's, fear him that destroys fear him that destroys spirit and body in hell. Yeah. Because technically the Most High, you can't kill a spirit. A spirit is eternal, because all spirits are ultimately connected to the Most High. You know, all spirits on earth, you know. And but so, you know, if you sacrifice an animal, what's that spirit is going back to, you know, or not animal, but if you start doing a sacrifice, it's going back to Heavenly Father. It's like a piece of him, you know. So that's how you be satisfied through sacrifice, through life sacrifice, a life for life, you know. So this whole all the billions of people that are going to die on earth, especially in America, is going to be a great sacrifice and a great satisfy the Most High, you know. Because if you look at it, it is a sacrifice, because you look at the laws. How do we sacrifice? We killed, you know, any turtle dove or animal, any animal, lamb, calf, of a pure, you know, and it was burnt. So burning is synonymous with sacrifice. So America is that sacrifice, you know.
That's right. All right. You want to get the article now? You got certain parts you want to read?
Yeah, come real quick. This is from the website www.scmp, which stands for South China Morning Post.com. And the title of the article is called "Thousands of People in Sweden Get Microchip Implants for a New Way of Life." Small implants were first used in 2015 in Sweden, and since then people have become active in microchipping.
And before you read the article, let's say there's one thing. Apostle R made a good point, which I didn't think about, but it makes sense. But he's saying all the people that fell out the truth, you know, or fell out, they're all going to take a chip.
Oh, God.
You know, they're all going to take it. You know, the Lord has reserved you to take the chip, all of you. You know, who knows how you're going to die, but for the most part, you're going to accept the chip, because if you fell out, you're going to fall out all the way.
God.
You know, you're going to make a total 180 or about face, you know, to this truth. So they're going to take the chip, and that's what this article is going to go into.
Yeah, and the article was published today, May 13th. All right, and I'm going to go into it. It says, "It is the size of a grain of rice, but could hold the key of many aspects of your life. A tiny microchip inserted under the skin can replace the need to carry keys, credit cards, and train tickets."
Hey, you see what they're doing at 34th over there, and you see what they're doing to the trains. That now what they're doing is they got a digital machine on the turnstiles that now you can now put your phone on it. But we know that that's not for your phone. We know it's for the RFID chip.
I bet you it's still compatible eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably gonna make you download an app that says RFID. Some sort of component, and then trying to get you used to that. You know. It says that might sound like an region nightmare, Orwellian nightmare to some, but in Sweden it is a welcome reality for a growing number who favor convenience over certain concerns of potential personal data violations. Says the small implants were first used in 2015 in Sweden, initially confidentially, and several other countries. Swedes have gone on to be very active in microchipping, with sanct debate about issues surrounding its use. In a country keen on new technology, and where the sharing of personal information is held up as a sign of a transparent society.
Yeah, because these devils want to be gods, man. See, they're using these words, transparent society.
Yeah.
They basically want to know everything you're doing. All right, and they already have. Listen, you know that we call it the Black Mirror.
Basically, like the Internet of Things.
Yeah.
Everything's intertwined. You can see everything, basically. Transparent.
They basically, you got the phones, you got the black, what we call this modern day technology, the black mirror. Right? You got your TVs watching, your phones watching you, everything. Any app you want to download, it says, do you agree that I can put your microphone on when I want to? Do you agree that I can terms of use?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree that I can turn on your video camera? Just read it.
Yeah.
When I want to.
Yeah.
And you're on your phone too. Do you want to turn on your location?
Yeah.
Like if your location is not already turned on.
Right.
Your location is already on. They already got you.
No, that's
What the fuck? Why add on to the stupidity of the question? All right, sweeties have gone on to be very active in microchipping with sank debate about issues surrounding its use. In a country keen on new technology and where the sharing of personal information is held up as a sign of a transparent society.
Oh, you know what? Sweden is one of the leading countries that use basically a cashless society, man. So the next step. Matter of fact, did they say cash also? Matter of fact, it said credit cards.
Yeah, credit cards.
Right. So matter of fact, read that first part again.
It says a tiny microchip inserted under the skin can replace the need to carry keys, credit cards, and train tickets.
See, so you're gonna be able to buy with that, man. Okay, you're gonna be able to buy with that, and they're one of the countries leading in not using money. It's them, India. India wants to do away with the cash also. Canada, surprisingly, I didn't but Canada's up there also. So they're one of them. So it makes sense, man. They're going to use that RFID chip, and it tells you in the first sentence they're going to use it. One of the ways they're going to use it is for monetary reasons, for money to buy things, man.
And it's so funny, because what they're doing is you call this a soft push. They're just putting in your face because we know. You got the conscious and the subconscious. Once you start seeing this, is when they put a situation to where now you need to have this. It's not going to be a force, much of a force. All right. Only again, the Lord is going to have to put the spirit on the men of the Lord to not take this chip because everybody's going to take it. Bottom line, people that family members, Lord willing, if they're not, of the elect,
they're gonna take it. Man.
They're gonna take it, man. All right, there was a movie I was watching on YouTube where there was this family and they were supposed Christians, but when shit got tough, man, all right, and they couldn't buy and sell, all right, when the daughter comes back and they had the mark of the beast, man, and guess what the mother did? Like they try to influence, like, listen, just take the chip, you'll be all right. God's gonna understand. When she said fuck out, when she basically said fuck out of here, I'm not taking it, mom. Guess what the mom did? The mom went into the kitchen and called the authorities on her.
Yeah, that's the scripture.
That's the scripture.
Enemies will be them of their own household.
Yeah.
Those are the times we're coming into.
That's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have family.
That's great. Yeah, that's right, brother. Yeah, that's where that scripture comes into play, man. Because the scriptures say is going to divide the house. It's already divided, when we get amongst brothers who get the truth. But then there's another aspect to that too. The Lord is definitely divided they're all demons, but people might resist. Families gonna be turn against each other, just like the scenario you said. Kind.
Yeah.
There's both in Luke and Matthew.
Yeah.
Divided.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got this stupid Edomite. Well, she looks like an Edomite. It says 28-year-old Eureka Selsing is one of 3,000 Swedes to have injected a microchip into her hand to try out a new way of life. Nigga, that's how these devils gonna push it. It's the new way. And guess what? Oh, my last job, when I was working as a dispatcher, that subject came up. And you have people saying like, yeah, I'll take the chip. So you people are finished, man.
Yeah, there you go. That's what Revelation says. What was it? Revelation 11?
12.
No, I always forget. Oh no, it's basic scripture. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. It says, It says, yeah, you people are all dead. And the brother just said it, you people are finished. Why? Because this, Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of their great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. But the point is that their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. That's talking about physically and tangibly, right? But it's also talking about you people are already dead, all right? You people are already dead because true life comes from Yahawashi, which is given to the nation of Israel. On this side, only really the elect. So the elect are really truly alive. It would be fully alive when they, get saved. But you people are dead. If you don't have this truth, if you don't have the breath of life, you're not alive. I did a show in a basic title, "You Exist but are not alive." Okay, and on GMS Isaiah 33 verse 6. So you people exist, but you're really the walking dead, like zombies.
Good precept. This is going, and guess what? At the end of the day, this is the Lord said for us to gird up our loins as men, man. All right, this is Revelation 24, but this is a reality. It says, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahawashi 1,000 years, man."
And you notice it said hands. It didn't just say
right,
hands.
Yeah.
It said, so it could be one hand. Because I was watching the video of these Edomites taking the chip and they're trying to push it, and they're like, "Yeah, well, I heard it says in the Bible, just for you Bible guys, I know it says in the Bible, don't take it in your right hand. Well, I'll just put it in the left hand. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
Well, it tells you it's hands. What was that, 20 and 4?
Yep, and it says hands.
Anywhere in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens if a dude with no arms?
Yeah. What's he gonna do? He guess he can't take it.
Oh, got him. Oh, you think the Most High man, he messed up like that?
Unless he ain't got no head to take it on his forehead. So it says hands or forehead.
Yeah, but anywhere in your body, really.
Exactly.
If you want to be simple.
Yeah, for real.
If you receive that mark of the beast anyway, because anywhere in your body, Lord's going to
be your toes.
Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy you. And it says and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahawashi 1,000 years, which really means forever. Okay, we're going to be reigning with Yahawashi, but that just talks about how we're going to be putting you other nations in hard bondage and slavery, and within those nations, Edomites, you guys are going to be going to hard bondage, and it can be exterminated. All right, after the 1,000 years, and you other nations, we're going to place you back in the land. You guys still going to be servants, but you're not going to go through that rigorous double slavery. Okay, double the cup. Okay, that you're going to go through for 1,000 years. But we're really going to reign with Yahawashi forever. All right.
That was it on that?
Yeah.
You might as well finish on that.
Okay.
You had something on?
I was just going to add Matthew 10 and 36.
For it. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
This is Matthew 10 and 36. "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." So, yeah, your own people will, like the brother was mentioning, will call the feds on you or the cops, whatever, and will actually turn you in, man.
Yeah, your own family.
So it's crazy, man. I actually have one more precept, too. This is Jeremiah 6 and 17. "Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they say, we will not hearken."
Yeah, and that's talking about 2/3 of you people, okay? It says, "I've set watchmen." Who's the watchman? Let's talk with the apostles. That was a great millstone, because guess what? All these other Israelite groups, they're not watchmen, man, because watchmen has 100% of the truth. Why is it none of these Israelite groups talk about the R5D chip? They're not talking about World War III like they're supposed to be, all right? Okay, they're not letting you people know the judgment to come. All these Israelite groups wants to save all the Israel, man, which that's not scriptural, all right? It's only going to be a remnant that's going to be saved. Just like the apostle said, we are only seeking the elect, all right? It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of death and destruction, man, before we can receive the kingdom, all right? And the watchmen are the apostle of the great millstone. And what? We're sounding the trump. Read that again real quick.
Says, "Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound."
Yeah, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, which is what? The scriptures. All right, we give you articles. All right, we bring you the scriptures, and we measure the time diligently within itself, and we tell you what's gonna happen.
A warning.
Go ahead, brother.
A warning.
That's the trumpet. A trumpet is like the brother said. The trumpet is a warning. When you have the watchmen that watch the towers, when back in the ancient days, when they blow the trumpet, everybody knew what time it was. Everybody, the mother, the women and children run aside into the bunkers. The men get their weapons and their shields to prepare for war, and they shut the gates. We're preparing to listen, Jerusalem, which is you so-called Black Native Americans. You're about to be attacked in a way that has never been seen before, man.
That's right.
Okay, the type of hell that you're about to go through is never have been written and never has been seen. We're telling you to prepare yourself, man. Good.
But they said we will not hearken.
Yeah, but you say you will not hearken. You call us crazy, bums, delusional, bugged out. All right, but guess what? We're washing your blood off of our hands, man. That's all we're doing. We're here to do one thing: prophesy.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, and I was just gonna go into that word hearken, which is from the Hebrew koshab, which is to hear, be attentive, heed, incline, hearken, pay attention, listen. All right. So a lot of you people are not gonna listen to the prophecies. You're not gonna listen to the things that we gotta say as far as not taking the RFID microchip. You're not gonna listen to us telling you that there's gonna be race riots. There's going to be many plagues, wars, and rumors of wars. You're not going to listen to that. You're not going to hearken onto that. And it says it right here. All right. It says, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, the warning, but they said, we will not hearken. And that's 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? You're the ones that say that. And guess what? Because of that, you're going to get put to death by thermonuclear fire.
That's why the Lord said, eyes that should not see and ears that should not hear.
Yeah, Isaiah 69.
Right, that's Isaiah 69. That's that prophecy being fulfilled, and that's going to happen to two-thirds of our people. They're not going to want to hearken onto the warnings, which ultimately is what? Death to them, So that's pretty much it, We went over what was the title? The
various trouble coming to America.
The various troubles coming to America. They got the EMP test, right? The EMP drill. That's gonna come to America, man. All those things. There was a drill recently in New Jersey, like in Hawthorne, a few weeks ago. They had those choppers, those military choppers fly over. So all these things are coming, man. And as watchmen, we're set up to warn the nation of Israel, whether you hear or whether you forbear. All right. So.
Yeah, that's right. Watchmen of the Heavenly Father. All praise and glory goes to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Qadash. Okay. And all praise to Yahawashi. All right. And again, like the brother hit the point. Many troubles are coming to America. They're already here. They're just going to escalate. They're just going to get worse and worse because shit is already fucked up. It's just you people don't know, they get something up, but now it's going to rise and get worse, Lord willing, they go through with this test, and, that's the topic of the show. So, double honors to the apostles of GMS, who have the 100% spirit of Yahawah, Yahawashi on them, and to all you brothers out there in the spirit, Yahawashi, shalawam, and keep pushing, and the Lord's coming back, man. Okay, shalawam.
Shalom.
That's